Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Well, a few weeks ago, so many of my viewers seemed to like the when I showed a bunch of books from my collapsed bookshelves. And so I thought I would do something similar, but instead of a collapsed bookshelf, this is from a milk crate that I used as a bookshelf. And I just reached in and grabbed a baker's dozen of books and thought I would share them with you. But before I do that, I want to show you this. This is my first book has just dropped, just become available. This is Bizarre Brain Comics Anthology. It's so recent, I don't even have anything other than the proof that I got from it. And this is available. If you want to help this channel, this is a good way to do it. Go to Amazon, enter Bizarre Brain Comics, and my book comes up. It's a little black and white comic featuring humor, gags, and adventure stuff. It's all black and white. $7.99 hard copy. It's available in paperback and on Kindle. So please go check that out. Amazon, Bizarre Brain Comics. Now we have here. I'm going to start with the X-Men Marvel Masterworks. And this book features the work of Chris Claremont, Dave Cockrum, and John Byrne. This encompasses part of the Phoenix Saga. Some nice classic stuff from the 70s. Trade paperback. Ooh. Then here we have from DC and Dark Horse, a crossover of Superman and Madman Hullabaloo by Mike Allred. Some really nice stylized artwork in this. Some fun stuff, and truly mad. That's a fun book, and some real nice artwork. Then we have also from DC. This is an Elseworlds title, and I pulled this out and realized I hadn't read it yet. This is by Howard Chaykin and David Tishman. It's an Elseworlds story of the son of Superman. That's again, just looking through some really nice artwork in here, covering a wide range. There we go. And then here we have the Avengers trade paperback. The Serpent Crown, reprinting several Avengers issues, again from the 70s, with the Serpent Crown. And part of this involves time travel. They have our Marvel Western heroes, and it even has a part with the Squadron Supreme, which an issue of that I covered, having a whole episode covering that one issue, and that is really cool. It's some nice artwork. Gil Kane did this cover. Some nice stuff. And then here from Dynamite, with this great Joe Jusko painted cover for this trade paperback from Dynamite. This is Warlord of Mars, Volume 1. And some nice artwork. And this is loosely adapting Edgar Rice Burroughs' first novel, A Princess of Mars. And again, just some really nice artwork in here, and action and adventure. If you happen to be a Burroughs fan or a John Carter fan, all of that inclusive. And look at that cityscape. Some beautiful stuff. Then over here, well, this goes back to the early 70s. And this is Batman, The Demon Awakes. This is reprinting the Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams and Len Wein storylines, featuring some of them anyway, featuring the Ra's al Ghul, known as the Demon, and it's all black and white. And this particular volume is from 1989, reprinting material from the early to mid 70s. And if you're a Batman fan, this is a great book. I love the Ra's al Ghul stories. Has some great Neil Adams art, and no one could, hardly anyone anyway, could write Batman like Denny O'Neil. Then we go to Archie. Archie, yes, Red Circle Comics, part of Archie, reprinting some early and the original Fly stories. He was alternately known as Fly and Flyman. This is when Tommy Troy was still just a kid, and later he grew up, and they mostly called him Flyman when he was part of the Crusaders, the Mighty Crusaders, that is. And this has a lot of really nice stuff, and of course the characters created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. So it has a lot of Kirby stuff from the late 50s. And I'm not sure who the other artists are. There's I think one, maybe two other artists besides him. And what this might be the origin of the concept of Spider-Man right here. The Fly battles Spider Spry. And then we go, some really, really beautiful stuff. Wonder Woman 77, Volume 1. Look at that beautiful cover painting. Of course, this is based on the TV series starring Linda Carter. And of course, Linda Carter's Wonder Woman started in 76, but that was just for the first season. She was set in World War II. Remember, in 77, they brought her up to within the current time. And she was Diana Prince spy. and Wonder Woman. So this is based on that version of Wonder Woman. Some really, really nice, and I knocked my phone over. Some really nice artwork here. And it turns out, I guess I hadn't read this, which is surprising because I love this stuff, because brings in some villains from the comic book villains that they never had featured in the show. And surprise, this has also features an alternate Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman from TV. I've forgotten her name now. The Crosby lady. I forgot her name. So we have Wonder Woman fighting Wonder Woman. And I didn't realize that. So I'm going to have to read that one, because I like both of those versions. Then we go to The Death of Superman, of course, reprinting the issues leading by a host of DC creators, which storyline which led up, introduced Doomsday, and led up to the final death of Superman right here. And I don't have, but that's as far as this one goes, because the other stuff is another volume. Then here we go, another crossover. This is DC and Marvel Comics crossover of Batman and Captain America, written and drawn by John Byrne. And of course, this is set in World War II, so it is the Golden Age version of Batman, with the Golden Age version of Captain America. So it's Batman and Robin and Cap and Bucky, and fighting the Joker and Red Skull. And then, of course, they win in the end. But then it shows them, Batman, the later generation of Batman and Robin, discovering the frozen Captain America and awaken him, bringing him back into, at this time, was the 60s, because that was 20 years later. Then here we have The Spirit, Volume 4. I think I have 2 of the other volumes. And this is The Spirit Daily strips from Will Eisner. Of course, Will Eisner wasn't actually doing these strips at the time, or very little of it. From what I understand, Wally Wood got his start doing some work on these Spirit strips. Then we have here The Phantom Annual, number 1, from Moonstone. And this is from the early 2000s. And this features, it's an annual, but it features stories of phantoms from different periods in history, and that is a really nice book there. I'll just leave that. Then we finish this up with The Incredibles. This is the graphic novel comic adaptation of the first Incredibles movie, and it is a fun romp, just as much fun as the movie itself. So that's what I've got for you this time. Please like, share, and subscribe. And do leave a comment. Do you like these books? I'm going to see some more of that stuff. And we do want to remind you once again to go to Amazon and punch in Bizarre Brain Comics. You can get it on Kindle or physical copy. And I want to remind you people, remember, comics are art.